An avoidant will try to get over you by getting under someone else. Okay, I fell out my chair for this one. It's not because they want to hurt you. It's because they're terrified of intimacy. Deep down, they want love. But fear is what makes them push it away. And that fear creates the cycle of heartbreak. Not only for you, they may not admit this at first, but for them too. So if you have ever been with someone that seemed perfect at first, but then pulled away the moment things got real, this video's for you. Let's get into it. I fell out my chair for this one, so let's dive right into it. Avoidant attachment is a coping mechanism rooted oftentimes in childhood. And people with this attachment style have learned that intimacy and closeness are risky. So to protect them, they avoid it at all costs. They avoid emotional connection, even when they deeply desire it. So when you first come across an avoidant, at the very beginning, they seem confident, self-assured, self-reliant, but that's just an armor that they're wearing. Beneath all that confident, stoic look, it's this deep-rooted fear and vulnerability. In the beginning, they are perfect, but in the end, it ends up being painful for both of you. Relationship starts off with this passion, excitement. It's this brand new thing and it seems healthy and secure. They make you feel chosen. They make you feel special, desired. But as soon as the relationship deepens, they panic. They disengage, they shut themselves off, they detach, and they almost seem like a completely different person. Cold, some may say. And it's not that they're trying to hurt you on purpose. In fact, many avoidants don't even realize that they're hurting you, that they're self-sabotaging in the moment. They convince themselves that the relationship just won't last. They've created this self-fulfilling prophecy. And prophecy isn't prediction. Prophecy is promise. So when they view relationships as this thing that will never last, people just end up being hurt. They just aren't built for relationships. They end up prophesizing that and creating it in their reality. Understand that they seek comfort and distractions. So flings and new experiences and superficial connections are easy for them because it helps them stay away from vulnerability and real love, which is what they really want. This is why they move on so quickly, but not deeply. So it's easy to hop into something new, but on a surface level. And eventually it catches up to them, but they can continue to run and not deal with it or eventually stop, slow down, and face it. And that's why, yes, oftentimes you'll see that they will try to get over somebody by getting under somebody else. Let's talk about scripture. Proverbs 4 verse 23. You have seen this already. You have heard this already. And it's this common trend in this channel. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Avoidants spend their lives just guarding their heart to avoid pain. But in doing so, they cut themselves off from real connection and love. It's possible for them to heal, but it takes them recognizing these patterns, addressing the root causes, and learning to open their hearts again, first to themselves and eventually to others. This is how you can heal and move forward. If you've been hurt by an avoidant, understand that it's not about your worth. They are acting from their own fears, their own unresolved wounds. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to recognize that healing is possible for you too, and you can break this cycle. Healing starts with awareness. And the good news is you can change. God never intended for you to live with walls built around your heart. Relationships are meant to be a blessing, not a battlefield. Understand this. Avoidants don't want to hurt you. That's the big difference. They often get a bad rap. Avoidants are often painted as the bad guy. They're not the bad guy. They're not the bad guy or girl. The best way I can describe it is a malicious person, maybe you could say like a narcissist, that wants to hurt you, that purposely intend on inflicting pain, is like somebody driving in a car and purposely trying to hit you because of road rage or whatever you want to call it. The best way I can describe an avoidant is a person that's driving on the road and they get startled by something that might have came across the street, and in an attempt to avoid it, they accidentally sideswipe you. So harm is caused, but it was due by the abrupt fear. The intent behind it wasn't malicious. I hope that helps you understand in terms of that person didn't mean to hurt you. It was an accident. It doesn't invalidate your hurt. If anything, it helps you understand why they may struggle to take accountability in hurting you, because they never intended to. And oftentimes they try to protect themselves by ignoring and avoiding the fact that they hurt you, avoiding the accountability. Because if they have to face it, that means they have to deal with the shame and the embarrassment that's associated with the actions that they did against you. I've dealt with an avoidant personally myself. She caused me a great deal of pain, but I loved her through it regardless. Not because I had to, not because I wanted to, but because it was the right thing to do. And I've told her how she hurt me, and she's seen and understood how her actions were painful. She struggled so much, and still to this very day, to apologize for the pain that she's caused me. But I don't need that in order for me to gain closure or for me to be happy or to be able to move on. If anything, I have faith that eventually at some point she will reach out and apologize and take accountability for her actions. But if she never does, it doesn't change my journey and my life. But if she does do that, it shows me how much growth she's been doing on her end, on her own time, in her own world. I'm not waiting for that, but I know that will be a huge sign that she's been putting in the work. Understand that avoidants don't want to hurt you. They're just scared. They've learned to run when things get too real. But love is meant to be patient, intentional, and healing is not a game of push and pull. If you're navigating these waters, know that there is hope for healing for both you and them. And if you're going through the process of trying to heal, trying to understand what maybe you have experienced, join our free healing community, Pieces to Peace. Link is in the description. You can join right there. It's just a safe space to help you heal, because healing is messy, but you don't have to do it alone. If this video resonated with you, be sure to just subscribe, comment below. Thank you so much for being here on this overall healing emotional video, just being a part of this journey. You're not alone, and let's help build a healthier connection, a healthier community. Let me know in the comments your favorite parts, what you learned, maybe future topics for me to touch on. Just know that you're not alone, and the journey may feel lonely at times, but you aren't alone. You don't have to do it alone. So thank you so much for the love and support. God bless. Peace from Dees.